Right. Cool, cool. What is
I
the
can't
planes?
believe you didn't bring up the same crappy graph as before.
I'm just trying to. Right. So we've taken off from Chicago, and we have accelerated towards the west. Whoops. Fuck. It's meant to be west. Delete that. Hold on. How do I make this bigger? Fuck. Can't I just go like this then? Boom. All right.
Strike that. We're turning around now. We started east, now we're going west. We're turning around.
All right. We have taken off from Chicago. We have accelerated towards the west up to a ground speed of 300 miles per hour. What is tangential velocity? Tangential velocity, 500 miles an hour. Yep, 500 miles an hour. Yep, on Chicago. No, we're just staying on the same latitude line. We're just going east to west. No, we're not confusing things. No. We're just getting this correct first. Then we'll do sideways.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
We're not doing. We're just staying on the same latitude. We're just staying on the same latitude.
No. Hold on. Let's do baby
We're not
steps.
doing.
Baby
we're traveling. We're doing simple first. We're doing simple first, right?
Yes,
So
baby
same
steps.
latitude. Baby steps, champ. Okay.
We
That's
will.
fine.
We will.
That's fine.
Step two.
That's fine.
This is step one.
So same latitude, same tangential. Because you're not getting the simple scenarios.
He wants to sidetrack, that's why.
You're not getting the simple scenario.
We will get there. We will get there. We're going to start here. You're making it a one word. We would have already been done by now. We would have been done by now if you would stop talking and let us do this. Okay, thank you.
So we're on the same latitude, tangential velocity, 500 miles an hour. We take off, we accelerate to the west up to a speed of 300 miles per hour. What is our tangential velocity from the inertial frame out in space?
Oh, man. Okay, just tell me the answer. Obviously, just tell me the answer.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Cool. Our velocity is 200 miles to the east from the inertial frame of reference. All right. Relative to the Earth, we're just traveling our 300 miles per hour west. Okay. Now we get over to close to San Fran. Right.
If you're just wasting our time, bro. Seriously.
Just shut up, SC. Just shut up.
It'll take long.
Yeah. Now we will try and land at 300 miles per hour.
He didn't ask you for this scenario. He asked you for another scenario, Roohif. Yeah. You're wasting our time, Roohif.
Okay. Does he accept that from space, the inertial frame, that it's 200 miles per hour east? Yes?
Just pretend he does.
Okay. But do you agree?
We didn't give a shit, bro. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Is 300 miles per hour an acceptable landing speed?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say. All right. Okay. I'm going to say that we land. We land at 300 miles per hour. We hit the brakes. Right. Braking is accelerating towards the east. We lose that 300 miles per hour it gets added to our tangential velocity, and we are now on the ground traveling with the runway at 500 miles per hour.
Oh, what
Okay,
mechanism made it
Yeah.
gain? How did it gain
Yeah.
the velocity?
from takeoff.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, 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 you said you weren't talking. You said you weren't talking. I'm holding you to that. Don't talk.
Braking is accelerating eastwards. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Please.
My God. Good.
Extremesis.
Way to go,
Extremesis.
perspective.
Extremesis is braking. Is braking accelerating to the east?
It's accelerating in the other direction. Yes.
Yes.
Braking is
There you go.
accelerating. Listen to this, man.
Braking
Oh,
is
hold on.
accelerating to the east.
Is
Wow.
braking? Are you decelerating? Braking is
Well,
decelerating, right?
we're
You agree with that?
accelerating in the other direction.
Hold on. Braking is decelerating in the
Yeah, but it's
direction you're going.
accelerating. Yeah, but it's accelerating to the east, right?
Right. Hold on. I'm going to explain this.
Ah.
Hold on. Will you stop?
Yes, exactly.
Listen to
Well
what
done.
I'm saying.
Unbelievable.
It is so hard to talk to you guys. Even when you say you're
Yeah.
not going to talk, you can't shut up. Okay. So laugh without your mic on. That's fine. If you're braking, you're decelerating in the direction you're going. That can also be, depending on your reference frame or however your point of view, accelerating in the other direction. Either way, you're doing the same thing.
Who
So let me
cares?
get
None
this
of
Physicists.
this
straight now,
accounts.
Shemesis. You
Yeah,
said.
none,
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
none of it accounts for a north-south approach.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah,
None
we'll
of it.
get to that as well. We'll get to that
Hold
as well.
on. Hold on. So you said, Extremesis, you said now that you can be traveling and put the brakes on, braking, right? And you're going to decelerate, but yet you're going to accelerate in another direction. Is that what you said?
I'm going to repeat my sentence again. Just repeat it. If I am
Okay.
traveling in this direction and I put my brakes on, I am decelerating in this direction. Okay? I'm decelerating the direction I'm traveling already. But mathematically or graphically or however you want to think about it, depending on your frame of reference, you can also say I'm accelerating in the other direction. They both mean
Wow.
the same thing.
Yeah,
No.
Wow.
I would say a
Okay.
true physicist would not use the word decelerate. They would say
Well,
accelerate
again,
in a. Yeah,
you're dealing with flat earthers. So
that's true. That's true. But a vector, so acceleration is a vector. It has a magnitude and a direction. Magnitude is a positive number. Right? It's not a negative.
So I'm
And the
driving in my
direction,
car. I press the
which
brakes.
yep.
I stop moving forward, but then I
Yep.
move sideways faster. Got you. Everybody heard
No,
them.
we're traveling west. The plane is going west, right? I hit the runway, I put the brakes on. The acceleration is to the east. You can quote me
yeah,
as many times as you like.
you made that more complicated than it needed to be for the flat
My
earthers.
God, man. My God.
The direction, right? My velocity is changing, and the direction that it is changing in is the east.
You're accelerating by putting the brakes on. Everybody heard it.
Yep. Yep.
And
That's
he
what it's
just said,
called in
yeah.
physics, champ. That's what acceleration, that's what it's called in physics, champ.
Roohif, I've heard you accused of trolling before, and I never think of you that way. Can I ask a personal question?
Technically, he's actually right. In pure physics, if you're doing physics, there is no such thing as deceleration. There's only acceleration in whatever, there's only acceleration, and it just matters on your direction.
Yep. Magnitude and direction. Magnitude is positive.
But like I said, you're dealing with flat earthers. You need to make it a little
I know.
simple.
I know. I'm trying to educate you, see? Trying to
Ah,
educate
Thanks, man. The next time,
you.
tomorrow when I go in my car and I press the brakes, if I start accelerating, I'm going to say, oh shit, Roohif was right, man. I should press the
Yeah.
gas. Then I'll slow
You'll,
down. Thanks,
you'll be
bro. Got you.
accelerating. You'll be accelerating to the opposite direction to motion. That's fine.
Are you still playing poker? That's the
No, I
question.
finished that ages ago.
Okay,
No.
good. I just want to make sure we had your attention.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I will say it again. If you are traveling west and you land the plane and put the brakes on, the acceleration is to the east.
Well, they laughed at you enough for that, so keep on going.
All right. So when we accelerate to the east, we are adding to our tangential velocity back from 200 back up to 500. The end.
So now let me ask you something, because you said that when you're in the air flying, right? Let's say we're on the equator right now, right?
Oh man, this is gonna be bad.
Oh, this is gonna be bad for you. You mean? Let's say we're at the equator now, right?
All right.
And we're facing east,
Yep.
right? So that means the mythical rotating Earth is rotating towards us, right? If we're facing
You're
east.
traveling with the rotation, so your tangential speed is greater than 1,000. Yep.
So how do you? Let's say now you're spinning. You're at the equator, and the runway is facing the direction that you're going to spin, or no, the direction against that you're going to against the spinning direction. So you're going to be heading into the wind. Let's put it that way, right?
Into the wind. Hang on.
That's
Well,
weird.
into the
Why?
atmos, because first of all, let's establish one thing: the atmos is spinning with the Earth in your mythical thing, correct?
But why does it matter
Okay.
which direction the wind is?
But no, forget about the wind. So the
Okay.
atmos is Velcro to the Earth, and the Earth is spinning at the equator. Tangential velocity, 1,000 miles an hour, correct?
Oh, he said it right, but yes, good
Nice
job.
one, SE. Woo.
That's to keep you guys happy. No problem.
Yeah. There'll be a flat Earth reset tomorrow, though.
The reset's gonna be on you here now.
Right.
So now you're traveling that way, right?
East.
Into it,
Yep.
east.
What do you
Okay.
mean into?
I mean against. Sorry, you're traveling against the spin of the Earth, right?
Traveling west.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Traveling
when the
west. All right.
plane takes off, right? When the plane takes off,
How is
Okay.
this
you
different to
have.
the example I just did then?
Sorry,
How is this different to the example I just did?
it wasn't at the equator, apparently.
Okay.
it
Well, I'll
wasn't a
change it
big
to
point. Okay,
1,000.
one step at a time. Okay, we're traveling. Let's start from the beginning. We're traveling in the direction of the spin of the Earth. We're at the equator. The plane takes
Traveling
off.
east. Right.
Yeah, we're traveling east now with the
Okay.
direction. The plane takes off. Does it keep any tangent? Does it keep any momentum?
Yes.
Does it conserve its momentum?
Yes. Same question.
It's traveling 1,000 miles an hour as it lifts off the ground, right?
At the equator, yes.
Plus whatever its actual speed is, ground
Plus
speed is.
whatever the speed is, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
We're good now, right?
Putting down.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about,
So
can I clarify this, right?
it
We
conserved its
start.
momentum, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
now let's turn the plane around the other way.
Yep.
Okay.
Now
And
we're
when
going
the
west.
plane takes off, at does it conserve its momentum? The other
You
way?
apply a force. You apply an acceleration to turn it.
I think he means we're taking off the other direction. I don't think we turned around in midair.
No. You're another scenario now. The plane is taking off the other way.
Right. We're on the ground. We take off going west now.
Now, are you keeping are you conserving your momentum?
Yes. That's always
So
going to
the,
be a
so the
yes,
plane
SE.
is
Always going to be a
traveling
yes.
backwards 1,000 miles an hour.
The plane, right, from the inertial frame, right, you take off heading to the west. You start at 1,000 miles per hour because you're stationary with respect to the ground. You accelerate when you take off to 300 miles an hour. From the inertial frame, you are still traveling 700 miles per hour east. Okay?
So yes, it's going backwards.
How is that? How is
Yes.
that? If you conserve momentum the other way,
Yep.
you said 1,000 and you added your speed.
Yep. I
Right?
took away the speed. Yep. Because we're going west.
Now, when you take off, you're going to have to be taking off 1,000 miles an hour backwards, no?
700.
700. Yeah. 700
How?
in the inertial frame. Yes. From the
Are you
inertial
serious?
frame.
See, you live in a fantasy, my friend. Your plane is flying
You
backwards.
just don't understand very basic relative motion. This
I
is
knew it.
stunning.
You heard it, guys. Planes are flying backwards. Planes
From
are
the
flying
inertial frame, yes. From the inertial
in the
frame,
initial
yes.
plane.
Yeah. From sitting
Yeah,
out in space, watching a
that's it.
rotating Earth,
That's
yes, they
all I
look
have
like they're
to
going
say.
backwards.
Thank you.
Okay, all good. Glad you
Who
understand.
says planes are flying backwards?
From out in space, yes. Heading west.
How do you like that new perspective? We got another one.
Yeah. Make a video about it. Let's see. Send it to me.
Okay. Well, we got to that now. You can continue your little demos. Well, you went off. I was going to say, you go back to your thing. Now you switch the latitude or whatever. Switch the, yeah. So instead of going Chicago to San Francisco on the same latitude, go to Chicago and, you know, San Diego or something.
Yeah,
Or
but
LA,
then we've
whatever.
got both like east to west and north to south when he doesn't even get the east to west or the north to south.
I mean, he wants to talk about it.
Yeah. What? You're talking about like turning west when we're trying to head south? Yes. Yes. That's what you need to do. Turn east. I said don't turn west because you've got to catch up to higher tangential speeds. Turn east. Okay. So you are traveling west. Okay. No, we're not accelerating. We're not accelerating west. We're just heading a little west. Yeah. Yeah, this is why I wanted to simplify things, because you're getting confused between having a velocity west and accelerating west. This is exactly fucking why I didn't want to complicate things. Oh, Jesus. Do you understand that you can have a direction, like a velocity westwards, but accelerate to the east at the same time? Is that okay with you? Yes? Yes. You can record that and quote that as many times as you like, yes. No, nothing to do with rotation. Whatever direction, if I'm heading fucking north and I brake, I'm accelerating to the south. Record it again, put it everywhere, see who disagrees with me. Go for it. Sorry, what? Say it again.
That was funny.
If you run out to your car, right, you're running at a velocity, yeah. Well, yeah, you were running at a speed towards your car. You slowed down, right? You're now stopped. So therefore you accelerated behind you, yes. Yes. Yes, the change in your velocity was in that direction, yes. Yeah, like I said, you can copy paste that quote to as many people as you like. That's how
Nice.
it works.
We
You
got
know,
backwards flying planes and this now. Beautiful.
From the inertial frame, SE, from out in space,
I'm
watching a
actually,
rotating Earth.
I'm pretty sure Jeremy would get the whole accelerate the other direction thing. He actually kind of understands some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Roohif, can you do me a favour? Can you explain that plane flying backwards from the inertial reference frame? If you can,
Sorry,
you just
was that
because I've just joined, so can you run me through that again?
was that to me? Because I had you turned down.
Yes.
Go again.
Yeah, that
to
was
you.
to you. That's
Right,
right,
explain
Extremis.
that.
I can talk for myself. I am a big boy. So,
Alright, so a
Roohif, on you go.
plane, yeah, so a plane at the equator has a tangential velocity of 1,000 miles an hour, but its ground speed is like 300 miles per hour to the west. Right? So from out in space, inertial frame of reference, watching a rotating Earth, that plane is flying backwards to the east at 700 miles per hour.
So you're telling me that somebody observing that plane from, say, the ISS, is observing
From a
that plane
stationary
hang on.
station,
Is
from a stationary place.
from a stationary, so a geostationary satellite, as
Not
an example.
geostationary. Geostationary is tracked with the Earth's rotation.
Oh, yeah, you don't understand what stationary means, apparently.
Well, hang on. Are you talking geostationary or
No,
so
literally stationary, fixed in space.
Independent of the Earth's
extremis? Can you just shut the fuck up while I'm talking to Roohif, please? Because at the moment you're just poisoning the well. So I'm trying to get some clarity from Roohif. So if you could just shut your pie hole for a minute. Roohif, please continue.
Yeah, I said it. The Earth's rotating 1,000 miles an hour, and the plane's going west against that rotation at 300. So from space, in a stationary observer watching a rotating Earth will see the plane go backwards at 700 miles an hour.
Hang on. Let's just clarify stationary. You don't mean geostationary. So
No, I do not.
You don't mean stationary in relation to the spin of the Earth. So
No.
how do you get somebody in a stationary relation to what? In relation to what?
Non-accelerating reference frame. Not moving relative to the Earth.
So explain to me how this person would be stationary.
I fucking send a rocket up or something, DP.
Yeah, but then that becomes geostationary, no?
No, make yourself so that you're stationary.
Yeah. So
You're watching a rotating Earth.
So is it? But
Stationary with respect to the stars. Is that better?
so if your Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, so if you had a satellite or a space station above the equator that is spinning in the opposite direction at 1,000 miles an hour, matching the spin but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, relative to the Earth's spin or relative to the stars?
Well, are we watching the plane on the Earth or are we watching the plane away in the stars, Roohif? You tell me.
We just want a stationary observer.
Can I try? Would you like me to try?
Extremis? No. Can it? I'm talking to Roohif.
You're not understanding what he's saying, so I would like to try.
Well, extremis, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. I'm talking to Roohif, so please.
You're not making any progress. He's not understanding what you're saying it, so I was going to offer to help.
Okay, I'll just say it again. Stationary with respect to the stars.
Stationary with respect to the stars. So,
yes.
If that satellite rocket is spinning 1,000 miles an hour in the opposite direction to your claimed Earth spin above the equator, then that makes that stationary in relation to the stars, no?
Yeah, so it's traveling 1,000 miles an hour relative to the Earth.
But in the opposite direction.
Yeah, it will appear stationary to me, yes.
So you're saying somebody from that observing platform looking at a plane would see that plane flying backwards in relation to the ground beneath it?
Not in relation to the ground beneath it.
But it would need to be flying backwards against the ground beneath
not
it
in relation
to be
the
flying
ground.
backwards, Roohif.
In relation to the ground, it's flying west.
But how can it be flying backwards if it's still flying in the same direction?
I'm looking at it. It's moving 700 miles per hour to the east. The Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour to the east. So the plane relative to the Earth, the plane is still moving 300 miles per hour west. Right? But from my stationary observer, I'm seeing the plane backwards going east 700 miles an hour. This is fucking simple stuff.
Oh, Roohif, it's fucking warped. It's hilarious.
It's very simple relative motion.
Hilarious. Yeah,
I'm blown away.
Yeah, no, Roohif, isn't it time for you to feed the dogs soon?
2.5 hours.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Why the other people can't.
That was a really
your explanation is very good.
Thank you.
I'm not sure why they can't follow it. If you're way out in space, just looking back at the Earth, if a helicopter takes off and just hovers, it will travel 1,000 miles an hour to the east.
Yes.
Starts heading west. It will still be traveling east, but it will also be traveling west in your field of vision.
Yeah, but the
Like, I don't necessarily agree with you, Louis, but I understand your explanation completely.
Helicopter hovering has no direction. That's the whole thing with hovering. It is hovering
Yeah.
above a fixed point. There is no direction with the helicopter, and yet you're
Correct. But
still
if the Earth
you're still
rotates,
maintaining. It's right, Magna Carta. I was still speaking. If you feel that insecure, you can talk through me, but please let me finish. Right, the very thing about the very thing. It's all right, Magna Carta. You can talk through me if you're that insecure. Please feel free. The very thing about a helicopter hovering is that it has no direction. And now you're saying that it has a direction because it's hovering. That is just fucking fucked up.
Relative to a
Hang
stationary
on.
observer.
That's the paradox. You're telling me off for talking through you, but then you're telling me to feel free to talk through you. There's a paradox. Let's move on from that.
I was
The
taking the
helicopter
piss,
hovering.
you silly little man.
Helicopter hovering. In Roohif's paradigm, it's traveling with the Earth. So where you're saying it's not moving, in his paradigm, it is moving at 1,000 miles an hour to the east. Are you daft?
Well, I'm glad you clarified there in his paradigm, because he's welcome to that paradigm. It's nothing to do with me. That is Roohif's paradigm. And if you think Roohif is correct on that, then obviously you share his paradigm with him. You are more than welcome to that. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form.
If you listened to me instead of talking at me, you would have heard me say, I don't necessarily agree with you, Roohif, but I understand what you're trying to explain. So maybe if you used 2 ears and 1 mouth in that ratio, you might be a bit more up with the conversation. Thank you.
No, so you don't agree with Roohif's paradigm then?
No, I don't.
Okay then. Good for you.
Well, now that that's settled, I think it's
this is
I think it's 3 against 2, Roohif. I think it's SC, 3DP, and New Perspective against you and me.
that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, is it a battle now?
It is.
Is it like battle royale? Is it?
Who's gonna win? What do you win?
Oh, Merle!
Merle!
Holy shit!
Hello, Merle.
Hey! I have to add a note, say that's Merle now. Hold on. Merle. Done.
Come on, get him, Roohif.
Yeah.
Bring
Conceding his explanation is fine in his paradigm. He hasn't misexplained anything.
You missed all the plane talk though,
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
and the rotational speed talk too.
I've been around long enough, so I've probably heard it all before. But anyway,
Like you said, it's Roohif's paradigm. Nobody has to share his paradigm with him. If you think it works in his paradigm, then fine.
well, it does. It does in his paradigm.
Look, has it ever actually been demonstrated? Has anybody actually ever done this and shown a plane to be stationary against the reference frame of the Earth from? It's just ridiculous. It's just.
The answer is no. We're just trying to explain basic relative motion to you guys.
Well,
struggle.
surely you could actually, instead of explaining it, you could set up a way of demonstrating it. How long have you lot had satellites in orbit
Should I
now?
fly to space and set
Well,
up a camera in
surely it
space?
could have been done as a way of demonstrating that relativity is a thing and it is practically demonstratable. Then surely this would have been a way of doing it.
We're not really talking relativity.
No, I. Oh yeah, I heard that.
To the east, yeah. To the east.
Yeah.
That's the direction of acceleration, yes.
So, by that,
You do accelerate in that direction. I didn't. Oh, what did I just say? What did I just say? What did
so
I just say?
you're saying if I'm driving in my car on the motorway and I'm doing 70 and I
Yes.
touch the brakes and slow down to 65, then I've accelerated backwards by 5 miles
Correct.
an hour.
Yes.
I've accelerated backwards by still going forwards.
You're still moving forward, like New Perspective
Yeah,
did
I'm
10
still
seconds
going
ago.
forward. I
Confused.
stated that, Roohif. I'm still
Yes.
going forward, but you are
Yes.
claiming I'm accelerating in the opposite direction by
Correct. Yes.
deaccelerating in my forward direction.
Correct.
You are fucking mental, Roohif.
Well, take it to any physicist you like. Take it to any physicist you like and see if they disagree. Is physics not reality? It is
You're
real.
thinking about it in terms of a physics diagram.
Yes.
But
It is. It represents reality. Oh, again, you are getting
hang on.
motion,
He's talking
velocity
about.
confused with acceleration there.
He's talking
I'm not
about
saying you don't get...
relativity, which is theoretical physics.
No.
No, I'm not. Now, New
Yeah,
Perspective
you
said
are.
he
You're
doesn't...
talking about
Hang on.
relativity.
New Perspective said he didn't go back into his door. Correct, because you're confusing velocity with acceleration. Right? So you ran out your door at 5 miles an hour. You accelerated backwards until you were 0 miles an hour. Right? You didn't go back in the door. You just slowed down and stopped. No,
No,
you're getting
Roohif,
confused with velocity and acceleration.
is there an increase in speed in the opposite direction?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, draw a
What's
vector
the difference
diagram.
what's the difference between decelerating and accelerating backwards? Is it not the same thing?
Physics. It is the same thing, but it's a civilian term for it. I guess what's the word? A colloquial usage of the word.
Semantic.
Well, that's exactly it. I don't know what's the argument.
Yeah.
I've never been on your side so much.
See,
Negative acceleration.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, but in physics, there's no such thing as a negative acceleration. It's a vector. It has a magnitude and a direction. Yeah. Predict. Yeah. Oh, 40. Give me 40. Come on. Yeah.
Kudos to you, man.
Maths is how I know the Earth's a globe.
As an engineer, that's kind of how you talk to people.
Maths is how I know the Earth's a globe. Roohif 2022.
December 21, 2022.
Oh, it's the shortest day today.
Oh, there you go. You guys all doing your fucking solstice observations? Share screen again. Hold on. All right, hold on.
Yes, of course he has to. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to respond to this? Okay. Okay. The error that you've made here is when it says Roohif said in the third line. The third line where it says Roohif says that by going, I'm talking. I'm not sharing my screen. Right. I will talk first. Right. So Roohif third line says that by going west instead of east, you'd subtract. Jesus Christ. Third line, Roohif says that. Ah, done. 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 Okay. Now, third line. Fuck on. All right. Third line. Roohif says that by going west instead of east, you'd subtract from your original conserved momentum. That's not quite right. Right? No. I said accelerating west would change my momentum. Accelerating west, not by going west. Right? I can. Right? Yes. Yes, accelerating, right? But you wrote here going west, right? So we're going from Chicago down to LA, right? It is a big deal. It is a big deal because you keep getting velocity and acceleration confused. Okay, so going west?
Right, hang on,
Yeah.
hang on a second, right? Roohif's got a bone of contention with the third line. It says Roohif says that by going west instead of east, you'd subtract from your original conserved momentum, right? Okay, so is the plane originally heading east?
The plane, right? So no, we're taking off. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you accelerate east. Yes, it does. Can I accelerate left? Okay. Can I accelerate east? Okay. Accelerating west. Accelerating west. Yep. Yes. Now, hang on. Hang on. Okay. Can, just shut up. For fuck's sake. You've been going for 2 minutes. Right. You said a minute ago, I can accelerate in any direction. Can I accelerate east? If I'm flying north to south, can I accelerate east? Yes.
If you're flying north,
Well, it's excellent. So I can accelerate east, so I can increase my eastward velocity. Yes.
hang on, if you're flying north to south,
Yeah. Can I accelerate to the east? Can I like hit the rudder and accelerate east?
yeah, only by turning. Yes, yes.
Right. So I can. Right. Okay. Yes. Fine. Right. Right. Don't accelerate west. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to ask some really simple, short questions. Really simple, really simple, short questions. I can accelerate to the east, right? So I can increase my eastward velocity, correct? Correct? Can I increase my velocity to the east? Well, just why can't you answer a simple question? Can I increase my velocity to the
Yes, sir.
east?
Yes, sir.
Why can't you answer you can just answer with a simple yes. Can I increase my velocity to the east? Can I
Can we,
right,
can we
can
just let, can we
can I
please let
increase
Ruby build his
um,
answer? There's obviously some components to it. Can we just let him build it and see where it goes?
right, can I increase my velocity to the east when I'm traveling north south? Yeah? Yes, because you won't answer it. Yes. So can I increase my velocity eastwards? I'm just asking, it's a simple question. Can I accelerate to the east and can I increase my velocity eastwards? Yes. Okay. Okay.
Build it.
What? Okay. No, you said yes. You said yes, I can increase my velocity to the east. All right. Momentum, 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 right? Momentum, momentum, momentum,
Oh,
momentum,
Rohith,
momentum.
can you get the record off repeat, Rohith? It's
Right.
fucking boring.
Momentum is mass times velocity. If I increase my velocity eastwards, I have increased my momentum eastwards. Do you agree? What's the answer? Have I increased my eastward momentum?
You're very boring, Roohif, man. He asks you a
It's a
question
very
and you ask
simple
him about
question.
kangaroos. I mean, come on, man.
Can I increase my eastward momentum?
Do kangaroos hop eastward or westward?
Sorry?
Did they change momentum, SC?
Yeah. Did I increase my eastward momentum? What? The is yes. So Momentum is not mass times velocity? Is momentum mass times velocity? Is momentum... Yeah. Right. Yeah. Is momentum mass times velocity? Yeah. We'll get there. We'll Right. We'll get there when we figure out whether this is even possible for you to comprehend. Right? Is momentum mass times velocity? Okay. Right. Is momentum mass times velocity? Is momentum mass times
Yeah, that's all
velocity?
he's gonna
Yes
do.
or
He
no?
did the same thing with gas pressure. Is 0, 1, is 1, 0. He doesn't. He thinks mathematically. If he can work it out mathematically,
Then it
it
must be
doesn't
real.
matter. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter about reality for him. You're wasting your time, bro. Seriously.
Yeah. If you reject... Okay, that's fine. But if you reject the fundamentals of like just laws of motion, like mass times velocity, then there's no point. Do you accept that that momentum is mass times velocity? Right. Is momentum mass times velocity? I've got 6 minutes left. I will keep asking the question for the next 6 minutes until I get an answer.
Ruth has 6 minutes before he has to feed the dogs.
It's dinner time, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Accelerating westwards. Accelerating westwards. Okay. So it sounds like... Right. It sounds very much like you reject that momentum is mass times velocity. Do you reject that or accept that?
Ruhif, what
You
is
can't
math?
just say momentum, bro. You can't just say
What?
momentum.
Ruhif,
What
what is math?
mechanism? What mechanism makes you gain the lost momentum, Ruhif?
Acceleration.
By what?
Change in velocity.
What? By what?
Like
I'm
by
I'm
exerting a
traveling
force.
now 700 miles an hour. I
Right.
lose my forward momentum or rotational, whatever, right? I lose this momentum. I go
Okay,
to
how do you lose it?
500 miles an hour. How do
Yeah.
I
How did
regain
you lose
that
it?
without power? How does that happen?
Oh, you need an acceleration. You need force.
And where do you get the force?
Sorry, say it again.
Where does the force come from?
I don't know, your car or a fucking plane, whatever.
Yeah, but
Generator force.
you're talking about lost momentum
It comes from
and
horsepower.
gaining it somehow without power. That's what you're saying,
Horsepower.
right?
No, I'm not.
What do you mean,
Change
no?
in momentum. Change in momentum requires an acceleration. Acceleration requires a force.
And where do you get this force?
Fucking plane engines.
Plane engines, but it's so
Whatever,
you're going a bit
whatever
in
creates a
circles
force.
now, right?
Huh?
Wait, Ruhif, you just said you can get force without a plane engine. You're saying change
What?
a change in direction causes acceleration. So you don't need plane power or
It's
horsepower
my
or
point exactly where I was
engine
going.
power.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I'll turn the plane. I'll point the plane in a different direction. That's an acceleration.
Right. So you don't need the engine then.
I am applying. I'm applying the air to the control surfaces to change the direction of the plane. That's an
Just shut your
acceleration.
engines
Hang
off,
on,
man.
hang on a
What do you
minute,
need
Could.
Roohif.
engines for?
Roohif,
I could.
if you expose more of the control surfaces to the air, then surely
Yeah, slow down.
that's creating drag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's force. Correct.
Yeah. So you're creating drag, but claiming acceleration in that change of direction through applying more control surfaces to the air and creating more drag.
Okay. I'm
So
accelerating
you're
backwards. Yep.
creating more drag by exposing more control surfaces to the air, but claiming acceleration.
In which direction?
That's right. That's right. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's
In which
exactly what he's
direction?
doing.
Right.
Didn't you hear what he said, that the plane was flying backwards before? He told me the plane was flying backwards, 700 miles an hour backwards.
Yeah. From space, from a stationary observer, yes. All right. Yeah, see, these gotchas are fucking silly, champ. You're an idiot.
Clown.
And
Ask
you're the one.
anybody that's been
You
on a plane if he went backwards, you moron.
and
Oh,
you
ask
are the
ask
one.
everyone who's been in a stationary observer out in space, whether it's
Roohif,
going backwards.
Roohif. And Roohif is the one. Roohif is the one that's claiming by exposing more control surfaces to the air, the plane speeds up.
No, I didn't say
And
that.
yes, you
I
did.
didn't say that. No, I
Yes, you
didn't.
did.
No, I
Indirectly, you
didn't.
did. You said
No, I didn't,
exactly
DP. I
that.
said it
Roohif
accelerates. An acceleration is a change in
speeds
direction.
up.
No, I
And
didn't say that.
acceleration is speeding up.
No, it's
Roohif.
not. A change in direction is acceleration.
A
A
change
change in
in
direction
direction.
is an acceleration.
Oh,
I have a
so
question for Roohif.
hang on. So
You
it doesn't speed.
continually
Roohif.
strawman me, DP.
Roohif.
Continually.
Let's clear it up then. So it doesn't speed up by changing direction then, no?
Correct. It's an
Does it
acceleration.
increase velocity?
No.
No.
It changes
So
velocity.
so it doesn't increase velocity,
No,
but it
it would
changes
probably slow
velocity.
down.
So
It
it does
changes the
actually
direction.
slow down. So that's what I just said.
Yes.
It slows down, Roohif.
Right. Do you understand that a change in direction is an acceleration?
Roohif,
Have you seen that?
why is it acceleration if you're keeping the same speed though?
Because it's a change in direction. Have you seen that meme that people post? And it's like got on one side the interior of a car, and it says steering, brake, and gas. And then on the right hand side, it's got what physicists see: accelerator, accelerator, accelerator.
Right,
Do you
but
know
Roohif,
why that
why is
is?
that, Roohif? Though? Why is that though?
Because a change in direction is an acceleration.
So like if I'm a Ferrari, I'm going 60, then I go to 100. That's
Yep.
accelerating, right? So why is
Yep.
it if I keep the same speed but I go in a circle, I'm all of a sudden accelerating? Can you explain?
Yes, you are accelerating.
But why
You're
though?
changing your direction.
But why is it saying accelerating if you're going the same speed?
Yeah, because speed is not velocity. Velocity is a vector, right? A
So
vector has
stop,
a
stop, stop.
magnitude and a
The
direction.
acceleration is speed. Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. I'm saying speed is different to velocity. Velocity is a vector, and a vector has a magnitude and a direction. Yeah, it's 5:50. I gotta get dinner ready. No, it's actually dinner time, so we'll catch up later, shall we? All right. Yeah. Thanks, champ. We'll be back later. See ya.
Hey, Ruhif, when you pull your dog backward, is it going forward? When you tug it backward?
If he's walking the dog and he steers it to the right, he's accelerating.
It goes left.
Right or left is accelerating.
Unbelievable, this guy.
I don't know. I don't
Unbelievable.
know what he's going by definition. I don't know why that definition is. I wonder why that definition. It does say in the definition that if you're changing direction and maintaining the same speed, you are accelerating. I just don't get that.
Yeah, when
You're
you're
talking about
going, it's
velocity.
true. When you're going in a circle, right? It's considered acceleration.
Did you
But why
notice that
though?
Extremis bailed on him as well? As soon as he
But when you
started
put
saying
on the
that
brakes,
stupid shit, Extremis bailed on him. Yeah. Even Magna Carta shut up.
when you put on the brakes, you're definitely not going backwards. That is a Roohif uh, fantasy. Yeah, he thinks everything mathematically. Yeah. That's all he thinks. He doesn't live in the real world. Yeah, it's just on Boaz. Yeah, thank God this is taped. Yeah. Yeah, but you see,
Can I say that a different way of perspective? Are you saying that if you're flying direction, let's say with the spin of the Earth, let's say going 500 miles an hour, and the spin is 1100 at the equator, so now you're going 1600, right? And let's just say you start in the equator and you take off and you're going with the spin, right? And the plane's moving 500. So with the equator speed of 1100, are you moving 1600? Okay, so there's no issue. I get your point, which is a different point. You're changing your place on the spinning ball. You're changing your base speed basically because of the earth spin. So there's
they
no
have
issue
to
whether
say
you're
that
going with
conservation of momentum. This is where their whole thing breaks apart.
So you're saying there's no issue with being on the equator?
Save your breath, bro, and just tell them, put them on the equator and put them one way direction. They're gonna say, yeah, it's going 1,000 plus, right? Plus the speed of takeoff, and then you just tell them, okay, if you turn the plane around, right now you're going what, backwards, and they're like, you're gonna hear silence, and then they're gonna have to say, yeah, plane's flying backwards, bro. That's it. Once they lock the atmosphere with a spinning fantasy globe, it's game over. It's over because they're gonna have to explain 1,000 mile an hour things, and the planes can only go 500 miles an hour, most of them, right? So, yeah, what you're saying is spot on. How are you gonna land when you turn? If you're turning into a thing going 800 miles an hour and you could only go 500, like just think of it. It's insanity. It's sheer terror. Yeah.
Now, how about this new perspective, right? I just thought of something, right? I was on a flight and we had to do what they call a go around, which is where they miss the approach and they have to they touch the wheels down, yeah, and then they literally go around. So they have to do a 180 in the space of what, 20 minutes, half an hour it took us to do the go around. So the plane actually flies in the opposite direction within that half an hour. hmm Incredible. But they'll still fight it.
It's never gonna end, bro. I've been talking about this exact thing for like what, 3, 4 years? There you go. Oh, that's yeah. That ain't gonna happen, of course. Yeah, we know that. Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is they got all the algorithms rigged, so we're just talking to ourselves, really, at this point. Yeah, but so far it's in.
But Space Force, the Space Force doesn't do anything at all. If you look at what they do. You think Space Force is really like if I take a plane and just flew over the Arctic shelf, they would stop me, the Space Force?